Audio rolling. Okay. African American time. I'm with it. All right, we are in Detroit. It's different studios, and we are hyping up. Well, really, actually, we just gonna jump right into it because I'm gonna do that one with you. So, all right, you are performing at Diaspora Day. This is something that's carried on a tradition, connecting to Urban Organic. And Urban Organic is definitely a partner with Detroit is Different through the great Drake Pfeiffer, the homie, so many cool things, but it's connecting with you too. So, Eighfe, what's going on and how are you connected as a DJ to something so creative and dynamic?
What up, though? I'm connected just through being myself, honestly, being a creative, DJing, knowing music the way that I do, being a part of Detroit's culture currently, in the past. Moving forward.
Is somebody watching this that's like, Detroit is Different has a vast audience that's old and young, but it's somebody that was like graduating in their early 70s, like, what she know about music? Because she is. You know what I'm saying? And hey, for you that's listening to that, you know about the music today. But anyways, so what's your taste? What's your blend? What do you bring to the scene? Because in today's era of the playlist, everybody's a DJ. What gives you a flavor different than the styles from someone else?
I would say it's my upbringing. My dad introduced me to so much music, anything from like country to electronic,
all right, stop,
whatever.
Stop.
Yes.
All right, so you may get some country at Diaspora Day.
Not quite. We going for up-tempo.
No Charlie Pride.
So I would just say like my diverse background, learning from my dad specifically would be the most impactful person in my taste in music. So I like old school music. I like electronic music from the 80s. I like what's going on now.
Electronic from the 80s in Detroit, they kind of go hand in hand.
Definitely.
It's this whole thing going on that same weekend that started with some brothers that held this whole thing down that we know that it seems like the brothers that ain't as connected to that whole thing anymore. That's why we have Detroit Diaspora Day and such other things. So when you talk about electronic from the 80s, who are we talking about? Drop some names. What do you like?
Egyptian Lover,
Cybertron. Oh man, that's the West Coast style. Okay.
I like everything for real. Like, I mean, I like the culture. I like the differences within, whether it was from the U.S. or even overseas. Like, I just enjoy music in general. I like something that's going to make me move. I like making people move, seeing them, whether it's something that makes them feel more social in that moment. I recognize that, and then I bring them to the dance floor through whatever I feel like what music can connect with the crowd that I'm seeing that's in front of me. So I might have something for like the older group of people and then the younger group of people like directly after that. So
all right, so when we talk about this bringing people to the dance floor, you're looking to make people move and you're moving. So dance, was that something that you were like, were you that person that was at the party always saying like, man, if this was a better song here and that, like when you were the party attendant versus the party DJ, what was your flow?
I would say, honestly, I will turn up to anything that has, like, I love bass personally, so, like, some good bass, anything that's, like, I like house, I like Afro beats, genres such as that. I'll dance to some R&B, and I will be the only person on the dance floor right in front of the DJ.
You that person?
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
DJs love you then.
Absolutely, and I love them.
All right, and what would you say about the Detroit crowd? Because DJs definitely say sometimes the Detroit audience is interesting, to say the least. Let's use that adjective.
I would say the Detroit crowd is just getting more and more diverse. Every party is not for me, you know what I'm saying, as far as me DJing, even as far as me attending, but I do recognize my crowds, and I try to support the people that I enjoy their work as far as DJing, and typically they bring the type of crowd that I enjoy being around. So.
Okay. All right, so with this, what are you looking to blend? Are you like setting things aside? I mean, I was born in 82, so I remember DJs. I actually carried crates for my cousin, DJ R2, way back in the day. So it was a whole different get down of like carrying vinyl. He would select which cuts he think he played. A different era that I'm sure that as you talk to OGs, they always talk about it, and then they had somebody that talked to them like, what you mean DJ? We had real live music. Okay, but continue. What are you looking to blend for this? Like, are you setting stuff out? Have you already thought about it a little bit, or do you respond to the audience? What goes into that first record you play?
My flow is to respond to the audience. So I like to be around for the set before me and see what people are kind of vibing to. Of course, it's Detroit Diaspora Day Party, so I'm going to be there all day. But I'm going to be reading the vibes, reading the crowd, seeing what's going on, and kind of go from there. Now, recently I was asked what the first song that I would play would be. I don't know until I get there, but I'm thinking about something like Hey Ya, just because I know that's something like Outkast. I love them, you know. I'm big on culture, black culture, and I play mostly black artists. So I kind of want to do old school as well. So even some 80s tracks and whatnot from the electronic music that I enjoy, as well as new school. So that's kind of, in general, what I'm thinking. I'm a person who flows, truly, so I don't necessarily put things aside for one event. I have things in my crate that I know work and that I know people enjoy, so I like to try new things.
Okay.
New blends.
And you mentioned before this creative too. So are you making tracks yourself? Are you doing visual arts? What's your creativity flow outside of spinning?
Outside of spinning, I do like to make like mashups and things like that. I have lately been a bit burnt out, I would say, so I don't have much new. But you know, we might see what I can prepare for this weekend coming up.
Okay, are you that DJ with like, do you have your watermarks and your drops and they playing throughout and sound effects and stuff like that? Or do you kind of just let the song go?
No, I like the song. And I like to, I specialize in blending music together. So I like to take one song and another song and make it one song. So
tempos and rhythms.
Yeah, definitely. And even the key matters. Like, I'm a master tempo type girl. Like, that needs to be on. I need to make sure that, you know, the key sounds the same. I don't really like chipmunky sounds. Like, that's too, I don't know.
You don't cheat.
Yeah, I don't use sync. I authentically go with whatever I feel is right. And I try to make the blends last as long as I can. That's definitely something that I go for.
Okay. All right. So I talked about being in the party, and you were already somebody that enjoyed the music in the field. When did you make the jump? When did you make the leap to be the party attendant to being a DJ?
So around 2015, 2016, when I reemerged around Detroit, I kind of noticed that people were looking at me like, oh, you have like dope music taste or whatever, passing me the aux for just like a little kickback. And I'm like, I can do something with this. So I started playing around with DJing apps on my phone. I proceeded to get my first decks, which was the Pioneer DDJ SB2. That was my first Dex. So 2016 is when I kind of got familiar with that in the bedroom, and then emerged. My first gig was at the Charles H. Wright Museum. Okay. It was Women in Hip Hop, and that's where I kind of got my first public booking. Okay. I would say, and that was a really good one for me. It was definitely my vibe, so it was a lot of fun.
Well, shout out to Detroit is Different, partner in arms on so much, and Piper Carter with everything she's been doing with the foundation, and We Found Hip Hop and Women in Hip Hop in the movement. We actually have a screening of that I'm the Rapper, She's the DJ show. A lot of people missed it, but we captured it, and that'll be coming soon. Now, within that whole flow, Women in Hip Hop and you matching, how did you get the gig? How did you go about it? How did you feel ready to be like, all right, I'm ready to go on stage and start spinning?
As far as getting the gig, typically I surround myself with people who are into similar things as me. So at the time, I met Piper, and she just seemed interested in what I had going on, as far as, you know, me being a DJ who wanted to get out there, but I didn't really know much about how to do these types of things. Around the time, I was also doing like promotion and stuff like that through Black Sheep Collective. And I just kind of decided that DJing is for me. And when I got the gig, I feel like I was nervous for sure. Like, I'm like, okay, this is my first event. This is going to be at the Charles H. Bright Museum. Like, this is kind of big. But, I just took my time to prepare. At that time, I was doing, sets in order. I had my crates, like, I know exactly what I'm going to play in this order. And the feedback that I got from the crowd is really what made me realize that I could keep doing this.
All right. So with that, definitely, it sounds like you were given this opportunity because people know. And now you about 10 in. That's a dime a time into your spinning journey. And also for my other audience, when she said pass the aux, okay, during that time when you were just thinking about the vinyl and not wanting to listen to music today, at one point in time before everything was streamed, it was an era where now she's becoming an OG where auxiliary cords were connected to phones usually, and that's how people listen to music before everything was streamed Bluetooth style. But you were that person that was trusted with the aux, which that's a very trusted position to be in.
Definitely.
Especially for like a car ride or a kickback or any of these things. So the last thing I want to ask of you, let the people know why they should be coming out to check you out for Diaspora Day.
Definitely come through. If you're looking for a fly vibe, that's what I provide. Detroit Diaspora being such a good blend of art and music and culture, I feel like it's just for anybody. So whether my set time's at 5 p.m. if you're coming to see me, regardless, everybody in there is going to be providing a similar vibe. So I feel like in general, it's the place to be that Sunday.
That's what's up. Thank you so much.
Detroit is Different is where you get information, artistry, history, music, and even comedy. Detroit is Different, a home for the culture of Detroit. Visit online at DetroitisDifferent.com today.